criminal, criminal.
And while the main two Thomas siblings, that's still in that life of crime, is doing they thing, well, babe bro Lou, who not still in that life, just trying to figure out life, like what the he's supposed to be doing, And he hits up he mama crib, fresh up off an AA meeting, now listening to his mama on her deathbed, pulling no goddamn punches with the sharp ass tongue, It's completely the opposite of what a mofo need to complement his sobriety, when he vulnerable like this. But she don't know that. And even if she did, wouldn't give two good goddams, cause she in pain. Want her own TV turned off, need a little help to do it. And Marvin, when she propositioned his ass, wasn't bout it, When she found out Lulu wasn't bout it either, got to calling his ass all kind of sensitive, fragile. Said she was angry as a mofo at everybody. Everybody whose name wasn't Mrs. Thomas, laying up in that bed with that cancer, Got a little righteous. Thought Lulu was good to do her a solid as she tried to berate his ass into taking her life. And even though this talk wasn't new to Lou, as we've established, wasn't new as a practice, routine, or standard communication ritual, she was about to have this mofo Lulu eye twitching and shit, that had this motherfucker reunited with Jim Beam, Jack Daniels, and Elijah Craig. Reunited and it feels so good. Shit, she was about to have this motherfucker Lulu pulled up. Stumbling and shit on a familiar downward spiral. But a willed Lulu told her ass he couldn't do it. That he wouldn't do it. And he pieced the up out of there. Gets up in the studio with B. Rilla. Took Rilla ass to task a little bit over the style of his content. Maybe on some bull after dealing with his goddamn mama. Maybe. Wanted to see if Rilla could put a little more thoughts into saying what the he was saying. A little less cat in the hat. A little more Robert Frost, Rilla wasn't feeling that shit at all, and it became quickly apparent, in the words of Erykah Badu, that Rilla was an artist, and he was sensitive about his shit. Told Lou to maybe put some thought into putting some dollars into his pocket. Said a player had mouths to feed. Then maybe he could see what he could do, And in the process of talking with his hands, B. Rilla, verbalizing the stresses he was feeling, wound up tapping Lou on the goddamn chest, like, bow, take that, mofo, that's for you. Lulu quickly pieced the up out of there, before, as he put it, did some dumb shit he might regret. Heads down to goddamn him and Shirley's bar, ordered up a glass of that dark liquor, that brown demon he was so steadily trying to avoid. Fortunately for Lulu, he also ordered up some ass, Had hit up just to come down and see him, save his life. Just in case he started to go on that likely aforementioned downward spiral, and took his ass a drink. And she come in, rushed in actually, as a good friend would, plutonic or otherwise. And they get a rap. Then they piece up out of there, you know, head into the studio and get a snack, you know. And after all that was over, just piece the up out of there. Lulu get to listen to some of B Rilla's gets a visit from Imani, who sees the little trap Jess done left. You know, this chick Jess done left every piece of goddamn gold she came up in there with. You know, the chain with the nameplate charm, the earrings, you know. Likely so she could have another reason to see Lulu one more time. You know, y'all know the play. One of the oldest of the old. When will I see you again tricks, you know. Monty tried to play that cool, you know, eyed them shits up from across the room. Pieced the up out of there with the quickness, left Lou to his own self. Lou makes his way over the famous mama spot, you know, to return, said Jules. And he and Jess get a rap, you know, and she tell him she leaving tomorrow, taking her mama with her. And they have a last little tender moment, you know, a little embrace for the love they had, you know.